Oh, well, I can't believe no one would do this with me. Yeah.
Every day we look at signs. Some are beautiful, others not so much. For a business, any business, a good sign is crucial. So where does a good sign come from? Who creates these tantalizing works of art? In the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, it's done right here by the people at Signs Manufacturing, the people we call the Sign Dawgs.
Doug, his beard's getting kind of really crazy there. He's going all Wookiee on us. Gonna start calling him Sasquatch.
I recently received a phone call from a young man who has a barbershop. He's owned it for about 15 years. Both himself and his twin brother own the shop, and they're here, a local business right around the corner from us, and they needed us to move an old neon sign from one location to the next, which was only a few doors down.
I'm DP. I'm D Future. Headliners Barbershop. And we've been here for probably about 13 years now. We just actually moved locations from 747 to 767. So it's like 4 doors down from where we was. Just trying to go for a different look right now.
Literally, we just took the sign down and we're going to reinstall it for them at their new location.
You know what? Saw Doug's beard the other day come out from underneath his mask, and I really couldn't tell if it was the White Witch's hair that snatches out and grabs you, or if it was Davy Jones's tentacles coming out from underneath it, ready to snap and choke you out of it. It's getting a little scary. I think it's about time to chop it right off.
Well, go ahead and tell me why you guys decided to go with Signs Manufacturing to go ahead and reinstall the sign.
Well, we went with them. I think it was more like we were kind of like searching around, and it just came to be like they was more like a good fit for us. He was kind of close too, and he worked with us pretty good as far as like pricing and all that stuff like that. Just a good, you know what I mean? He just seemed like he was good.
Yeah, got a good vibe from him. The first time I spoke to him, got a real good vibe from him. So we called about 3 or 4 different people, and just when I spoke to him, which is Harley, he gave me a real good vibe. Yeah, so we just went with it.
Tell me what the difference is between like a barbershop and just some other place you get your haircuts at, like Sports Clips or something?
Well, this is more like a family. When you walk in here, we want you to feel like you're at home. Yeah. And we've been doing this since 2007. And we're continuing to do this, you know, until we're done. So that's the difference. That's why you should come here, because we're going to be here.
Okay. Ooh, I like that. That looks good. That's pretty basic, but that looks good. I like that one too. All right. Good, they did a good job. Yeah, good. How'd Doug get in here?
Both of us are new age, but it's just, he does more of the older stuff. Like he'll use a razor and I wouldn't.
Well, the straight razor gives you that extra crispness on the edge of it. I mean, you got some good clippers, your edges are good, but the razor will give you that extra crisp.
We used to do a lot of stuff we call old school, such as hang over the sides of buildings on rope harnesses, climb ladders, no buckets on the end, because we didn't have buckets on the end of the cranes back then. We'd set it up, scaffold the crane up against the wall, climb up the ladder, lock our legs in between the rungs and do our thing, and then get up and walk down the rungs of the ladder, depending on what angle you had the crane. If it was like that, you just walked up and down it. If it was like that, you climbed it like a ladder, climbed back down. It's kind of like using router now to cut out all the material. Back in the old days, we used to lay that stuff out, put down foam, hand draw a pattern, and hand cut everything out. Hand cut the metal backs, hand cut the plastic faces with a jigsaw. And man, I tell you what, man, when we used to cut metal though, we got those air-powered nibblers. Man, that was some high dollar stuff back in the day then.
So we used to climb ladders like this all the time. Not so much anymore. Now all of our crane trucks have buckets in them, and you're not even allowed to climb up the ladder anymore. But not too long ago, we didn't have any buckets. We didn't have the remote control so you could control the crane from the bucket. Everybody had to climb up and down these ladders on the back of the poles. And the really good installers, they would hands-free, they just walk on up that ladder carrying the sign or the plastic face or ballast or bulbs or whatever they're doing. We've had a lot of safety changes over the years. Now, hard hats are an essential. Goggles, gloves, rubber-soled boots, steel-toed boots, safety vests, all these things are very important when we're doing our installations. Gotta keep everybody safe. Guys, I fell on my keys.
And the nice thing is when he called us to move over that sign, that his sign was internally lit with neon. Now, here at Signs Manufacturing, we still bend neon. We're one of the few companies in all of Texas that still bend neon and creates new signs and repair old signs. Our department has really gifted personnel bending that neon, lighting it, adding the gases to it. We do custom kind of neon work. We've done neon work for the ballparks, bars, big businesses, banks, anybody who's trying to put an emphasis on bright and exciting. And that's something we specialize here at Signs Manufacturing.
The benefit to neon and channel letters over LEDs, you can get a little bit different lighting with the neon. As long as it's loaded properly and the sign's built to accommodate the neon, it should last well as long as LEDs will.
So nowadays, all of our channel letters tend to have LEDs in them. LEDs have kind of replaced neon. But your old letters, like this one here, still has neon in it. And there's just something about neon that an LED cannot replace.
Let there be light.
It was good, so he left it on.
You know, sometimes at Signs Manufacturing, we'll be working through a normal day and just suddenly break into song. Hit it! Mr. Signman, bring us a sign. Make it fantastic. I need a design. It must be beautiful, priced right and more. It's gotta get more butts in the door.
I've known Doug a long time, and when he first started here, he was all clean shaven and clean and crisp. But as time's gone on, now he looks kind of like Grizzly Adams or Chewbacca. It's gotten a little bit out of hand.
Fine, I'll trim my beard.
Anyway, we got headliners going up today. They got the faces fixed. Check the neon before you put it up, make sure everything's working. Because we just went out there and removed the sign and left it with them so they could do their own face repairs. They wanted to try their hand at it.
Today we're gonna hang this this older neon sign up, and there should be nothing to it. I think we're gonna test fire it on the ground first just to be sure, and then we'll go from there. I do feel like I'm spelunking. Just need to put a J box up there and bring it up to code.
Do you like old school styles of installs, or do you prefer the new style? Like older?
Oh no, I like the new ones. The old ones are convoluted, hard, heavy. Talk about neon versus LED. LED all day long. Neon's heavy, and it's a service nightmare, but it's pretty. It works, it's on. This transformer was made in 1997 and is still working. That's gotta be some kind of a record. We test fired the sign before we hung it. It worked. We drilled our hose, we mounted it, siliconed all the places that need to be siliconed. Now we gotta just wire it up inside the crawl space and we're finished.
Looks perfect.
Hey, my man, you're supposed to pay first. It's 25. Hey, the haircut's 25. Hey, man, you're supposed to pay first, man. It's 25. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Finally did it, man. Finally did it.
Finally back up.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Are you guys satisfied with Signs Manufacturing and what they did and the process and how
Very much. Definitely use them again.
What do you guys expect out of your sign now that it's up again?
Another 13 years. Yeah.
So Bill just said, we'll take every other letter. I get there, it's still dark. Guy's operating the crane for me, gets me up there. I got these insulated gloves on. I'm taking the letters off. Of course, I just cut the wires, yank the letter off, so every time I pull it through, the neon energizes the letter, goes through me. And he just said he saw a little arch flying out my butt to the bucket. I didn't really feel anything. 5,000 volt rated gloves, though, really didn't stop it from going through me. Man, butt sore.